had a request.
Yeah, it's great now. It's good now.
Got you. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So how like been? How everything been?
Everything's good. You know, I had surgery in the off season, so I'm recovering. Just getting back into practice this week. So it's been smooth. Everything's smooth.
All right. So we about to get right to it. So
Got
you watching Strictly Basketball Podcast episode 20. I got a special guest. So tell the words, tell the people who are you. Tell the people why you got started with basketball, tell the people your basketball journey. So let's get to it.
Terrell Strickland from LIU basketball. Going into my grad year, fifth year at LIU, and trying to do the same thing, trying to turn it around, trying to have fun, trying to have a good year, trying to excite people and get dubs.
So I need you to describe basically how did basketball come to play for you? Who inspired you to play basketball? Like how did it come to play for you?
Um, well, it's no secret who my pops is. My pops played in the NBA for 17 years, so there was really there was no escaping the basketball world growing up. So basketball has been in my blood. My whole family plays basketball. Everybody around me plays basketball. And so just growing up, it was crazy enough for a while. It was never my dad who inspired me because he was always just my dad. Like I didn't look at him as an NBA player. He wasn't. His teammates were my favorite players, and it wasn't even him. So it was like T Mac. I love T Mac. I love Vince Carter. Even at one point, I like Yao Ming. And then
Yeah,
Yao
it's
Ming.
different. All them guys is different.
Yeah, that's what like so I kind of I just enjoyed being around the game, just growing up playing, and like I said, it was in my blood. And then after he retired, he was coaching basketball, and so we were at Memphis when Derrick Rose was there, Tyreek Evans was there. Then we went over to Kentucky. Our first year was John Wall. So I've just seen so many dudes come up, and I've seen the way they worked. I've seen the way they've got to the point they're at now. Brandon Knight, John Wall, Derrick Rose, Deron Lamb, Archie Goodwin. There's so many dudes
So
from.
basically, your father, like Marshall was an inspiration for you. Basically, your father playing in the NBA. Your father never made an All Star team. I'm lost on how Marshall he never made an All. Your pops was different, and I'm lost on how he never made an All Star team.
They was hating on him, man. Yeah.
Cause I think your pops made all NBA second team or maybe third team he had made when he was in the league.
Yeah. When he retired, I think he was six all time in assists. He's lower now, but when he retired, he was six. And how does somebody who retired six all time in the league never make an all-star team? Shows a lot
Yeah, your
about
pops was good.
back then. Yeah.
So what was your first organized basketball team that you can remember? Starting off elementary school, middle school, like what was the first organized basketball team you played as far as like an AAU club, playing AAU growing up? I played AAU basketball growing up my whole life.
I mean, literally from what I can remember, I was playing organized basketball. And like when I used to live in Maryland, so I moved away from Maryland when I was like 5 or 6. So even living in Maryland, I remember me playing in the basketball leagues in Maryland on the little connecting hoop. You know what I mean? Because you can't shoot in the full hoop yet, so they bring out the little hoops. So, so like literally
But
from what I can remember, I played organized basketball, and then that's of course carried its way all the way up to here.
like middle school experience, like what middle school you attended, like how was your middle school experience playing middle school basketball?
Um, Middle school. So where was I for middle school? I got to think. Middle school, I was in. Oh, middle school was really fun actually. So I started middle school in Kentucky. So I was playing for Lexington Catholic in Kentucky, and we played like the middle school team. And that was one of the first experiences where I could really let loose and play free, you know? Because before that, I was like, elementary school, you still young, you don't really hoop for real. Middle school was the first time I actually enjoyed playing basketball. I had a fun group of guys, and I even played up sometimes. Like that was middle school was when I really built my first confidence that I wanted to play basketball because I was good at it. And I also played AAU, and we would do really well in AAU tournaments, all that. And so that middle school was the first time where I really was like yeah, this might be something I got to do. But I was always.
Was you ever,
Hmm?
I didn't mean to cut you off. I didn't mean to cut you off. Finish what you were saying.
No, I was gonna say I was really little. Like going into my freshman year of high school, I was 4'11", and so I was always that little kid who was just super quick, super fast, had the little floaters, all that type of stuff. But middle school was that time where I was like, it's time to hoop.
So like, was you ever ranked for like middle school, high school? Was you ever ranked on like any age circuits, prep school, high school? Was you ever ranked like in class, like all the rankings?
Absolutely not. And that's why I kind of loved it because I was like in high school, my senior year. Well, I played 2 years of JV, and on the older team was my brother, Kevin Knox, Thomas DeZagua, who played college too. So I was like on a younger team where I never really got much exposure, and I was always hurt. It carried into college too. But
So
then when I
basically that, I ain't gonna cut you off. So basically, that motivated you not being ranked. Like you felt like an underdog, basically.
I'm gonna be real, not even. I didn't care. Like that was like everybody expected me to care. I'm like, I'm running my own race, and that's kind of what my dad kept always telling me. So even like junior year, I was playing with Ty, my brother Ty, and then Terrell Smith, who ended up going to Maryland out of high school. And then my senior year is when I really started hooping. And it was funny because like we would go travel to other schools. I'm killing them, maybe not have the best game. They're chanting overrated, all this stuff. I'm like, I don't even care about that because I'm not even rated. So y'all chanting overrated everything. Like I got no expectations for myself. I'm here to hoop. Like I never cared about ratings. I didn't care about none of that. Like I was there. I was there. I was there to hoop every day, every time. And then even when I got to college, like I mean, even I went to prep school after high school. Even in prep school, like all these dudes bringing in all these offers, I'm like, what will be will be. And I like it was just I'm here to hoop, and I can't control nothing else beyond that. And so I show up every day. I do what I got to do, and if I get an offer, I get an offer. If I don't get an offer, I don't get an offer. And I ended up getting offers, but but I didn't. I never really cared about that stuff.
That's a fact. And playing basketball, you gotta persevere through a lot. You gotta persevere through hate, all type of things. That's why you gotta always work hard. You gotta prove the doubt is wrong. You gotta stay in the gym. You gotta stay committed. You gotta stay self motivated. You gotta work. You gotta work hard. And when you put in work, you all gonna show you put in work.
Yeah. See, I would definitely say I definitely had motivation from haters, like all that type of stuff. The rankings and all that wasn't really. I was like, okay, because I look at dudes on paper, I'm like, I killed him, I killed him, I killed him.
I don't mean nothing. Rankings don't mean nothing at all. Rankings don't mean anything. Because you could be a 2-star recruit. You could be a 3-star recruit. And still
Exactly.
kill
That's why the rankings were whack, and it was much. It was like in the area I was in Florida, there was a lot of politics, and I wasn't really dealing with all that because whatever. So, but like when it came down to like haters, I got a hit list. I've had a hit list on my phone running since middle school of people that I'm playing for, like people that I'm playing to prove wrong. So I definitely let the haters motivate me, but rankings and all that other stuff, I got to run my own race for.
So how was your transition from middle school going into high school? Yeah, eighth grade summer going to high school. I mean, I was that for you, like that summer for you. Yeah, eighth grade summer going to high school, your freshman year. How was that for you? That transition.
I think I broke my wrist that summer. So I didn't even really have a transition. Like I said, I was 4'11". So I was 4'11" and going to my freshman year of high school. And then every summer after that, I grew 4 inches every summer to get to now where I'm at
So you
6.
hit like a crazy growth spurt. Like you hit like a
Yeah.
crazy growth spurt.
Yeah. Like
Crazy.
every summer was 4 inches. And like every year I came back different. But I'm like, let's be real, 4'11" in high school, that's not rocking. There's certain dudes that, get away.
Crazy.
I wasn't one of those dudes. So then when I finally like grew into my body, like my dad always used to tell me, he said, your head is too big for your body. He would tell me my hands were too big for my body. So when I finally grew into my body, which probably really didn't happen until junior, senior year, was when I really like I had incremental growth, but it was all on JV, you know what I mean? So it was like like I said, I'm running my own race, but you can only do so much on JV and to prove yourself and where I was at. But eventually I got where I'm at. So
So you ain't play. So your freshman year, you ain't play at all your freshman or sophomore year, right? You played your freshman year or sophomore year, or you ain't play at all your
Oh no,
freshman year.
I played a lot my freshman and sophomore year, but on JV because that's where But I
How
played.
was it for you playing JV? You was killing JV. I know you had to be killing him on JV.
Not even for real. Because
Nah,
my freshman, not my freshman year. My freshman year, we were like our sophomore team was really loaded. So like the sophomores were tough. Like we had a really good
who
sophomore.
y'all had? Name the notable players y'all had that put on their college. Who y'all had that was tough?
On JV, nobody on JV. Just like in the area, they were really good. Varsity though, varsity we had my brother Ty, who ended up going to Wisconsin out of high school. We had Kevin Knox, who went to Kentucky. He played in the NBA. He got drafted by the Knicks.
He first played in the Knicks in the NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we had Kev Knox, Thomas DeZagua, who played at Oklahoma State. I'm not sure where he's at now. And then Tim Carter, he blew up after high school. He's known as the clamp guy now. He be in all his ball his life videos, all that. That's my guy. Um, trying to think. We had Messiah, my boy D. Like, sometimes all the dudes ain't go to college, they ain't playing the league, but you know how high school gets. There be them dudes that don't even got to do all that, but everybody in the area know they were nice. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what it
and I
was.
ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. To make it to the NBA is like it's very political. Like NBA is it's hard and it's political. Then you gotta look at it like it's 50 picks every year.
Yeah.
Everybody's fighting for that one spot in the NBA. Like it's 400 something players in the NBA and everybody want a spot. Like I watched NBA Summer League. Everybody talking about Bronny. I feel like Bronny undersized. I feel like he's not NBA ready. I feel like he needs time to develop. And I just feel like Bronny got too much hype. That's how I feel about him. Like he got to develop. He's not ready yet.
Yeah. And I mean, especially talking about Bronny, I think what people forget is, man, when you get to college, you got to worry about grades. You got to worry about getting to class on time. You got to worry about like all these other things that you got to do. If you in the NBA, you got one job, and that's the hoop. And so like people are like Bronny should have stayed.
And getting paid, and plus you're getting paid to hoop as
Yeah, you
well.
can
Like
you got one job. All you got to do is hoop. So when people are saying Bronny should have stayed in college to another year to develop, if he was anybody else, yeah. But if you LeBron's son, all that other stuff don't matter. You don't need a degree.
LeBron,
Yeah, you don't need a degree. You don't need no more connections. You don't need to make friends. Like you don't need good grades. None of that. You're LeBron James' son. He can do whatever he wants in life. But right now he's hooping. So it only makes sense for him to go hoop. Like forget everything else. It's time for him to go hoop. And I think that's what's special about him making it to the league. Like he don't got to worry about other stuff. He's here to hoop, and that's what's gonna just like what D Wade's son did, going to the G League. Remember, like a lot of dudes didn't think he was that good, but when he got to the G League, he had some games where he was hooping because that was his one job. When that's your one job,
so,
dudes can play.
so let's get back to your high school experience. So like taking to your junior senior year now. Like how was it for you coming into your junior senior year?
My junior
First,
year,
let's touch on your junior year first. Your junior year. How was that junior year for you?
my junior year was really good. We transferred from Tampa Catholic High School in Tampa. We transferred over to St. Petersburg High School, and that's where I played with my brother Ty, and then my other teammate Terrell Smith, who went to Maryland. And that was a time where I got to see two guards go to work, and I was kind of like the third guard, and so it showed a lot of growth for me. And I ended up starting with them, and it was a lot of. That was the first time, I hit another growth spurt, so I was probably about 5'8" at that time, and so it was like like I was growing into my body, my jump shot was getting right, and I was finally on varsity, so I was finally playing against good competition. I was the third person on the team. You know what I mean? So it was a good experience. It was a huge step for me to grow and be able to play more free, to get in my bag a little bit, you know?
Yeah, so leaving your junior year, going into senior year, like how was your senior year?
Say that one more time.
I said leaving your going into your senior year after finishing your junior, how was your recruiting process? coming into your senior year? Like, what schools you had looking at you? Do you have any offers? You undecided? You ain't having any looks?
I had none of that. So going into my senior year, I already decided that I was going to reclass. So I was graduating in 2019, and I already decided I was going to go to prep school after high school. So it was that was kind of a weird experience for me because a lot of coaches, even at the D2 level, they were like, "We're not recruiting you because you're going D1." And then I had all my like no D1 coaches recruiting me at the same time. So I was like, you know what I mean? I didn't really know what that meant. But going into going junior to senior year was probably my biggest jump basketball wise. That was probably second biggest. But that was my time where I really locked in and I focused. I think that summer I went out. I spent a lot of time in Chicago working out with a trainer there. I put a lot into that summer going into senior year, and there was no recruiting process. I had no coaches. I was playing with. I don't even remember who I was playing with that summer, but it was
So,
yeah,
I know you got to persevere do a lot in basketball, not like not having looks, not having that much recognition, not having that much publicity. So I know you got to you have like so you have to look, so you definitely have to put in a lot of work.
yeah, definitely. And that was right when my dad left USF, so it also gave me opportunity to spend a lot of time in the gym with him. He was more hands on. We could talk more, and I'm growing. Yeah, and I'm growing up, so we could have like more real conversations about life in general, motivations, everything. You know what I'm saying?
Ancient Pops, Pops right now, right? And he
Yeah, my
competed
pops
now,
my
right?
head coach. Yes, sir.
I gotta get him on here too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, for sure. He be on podcast.
That's a fact. So, go. How was your preference and what prep school you attended?
My prep school, that was my best year. And injuries is a theme throughout this whole thing. But I went to a Scotland campus out in Pennsylvania. I think they shut it down now. But my coaches are at a prep school in Orlando now. Coach Cheney and Coach Sullivan, Coach Joe, Coach Marcus, all them guys. They run a great prep school. And we had the first day I got on campus, we in layup lines. I lay the ball up. There's a ball rolling under the rim. I land on the ball, snaps my ankle. First day on campus. So I break my ankle first day on campus. Nobody knows. Like, once again, nobody knows who I am. Like, none of the other players know who I am. Coach has only seen a few clips of me, whatever. But I'm like, this is what I got to do. And so after I get back from being injured, I think there were like 2 games before Christmas break. And I was trash in both of those games. I told all my teammates, I said,
That moment's crazy.
say that one more time.
So I know that moment was crazy. So you got broke your ankle. I know that was a crazy moment.
Yeah, so it's like I'm in the middle. Scotland campus is in the middle of Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Nobody knows what that is. So I'm literally sitting there every day doing absolutely nothing when I'm supposed to be hooping, and I'm just sitting there watching practice every day for 2 months straight in the middle of nowhere. I'm not taking no classes. I'm not doing nothing. That was the worst. That was the worst experience of my life. But it kind of motivated me to realize how much I need basketball and how much I needed to know what I needed to do to keep basketball in my life for as long as I can have it. And so, like I said, I had those 2 games, and I told all my teammates, I was like, when we get back, I promise y'all gonna see a different demon. So that over that whole winter break, I was in the gym. I lived in the gym. I'm fixing the mental. I'm getting everything right. When I came back, man, I was wreaking havoc. I think like my first game back, I had like 20.
Let's get into your college experience. So, what was the first college you attended?
So I started at James Madison University, and I went there because they had a new coach, they had a new arena that they were just building for us, So it was like an experience to build something from the ground up, which I always loved. And the coaches were super cool. Coach Byington, Coach Crimmins recruited me, Coach Wilson, Coach X, Coach Chesney. Yeah, so like it was like a good group of dudes where I knew I could feel at home. And the campus is beautiful. They got Chick-fil-A on campus, and I need my Chick-fil-A.
I said Chick-fil-A. I need my Chick-fil-A.
I'm telling you, I gotta keep that Chick-fil-A on me. But nah, so but either huh?
I'm gonna go to more light a little bit. Yeah.
But I mean, even that experience was tough for me. When I got there, it was in the middle of COVID. So I didn't work out. I was trash when I got on campus. And I remember the coaches telling me before the season even started, they're like, we're gonna be real, like, we don't know if you're gonna play here. Or at least like early in the season, they're like, we don't really know how you'll contribute all that. And that immediately switched my mindset. Like I said before, I learned that I need to keep basketball in my life. So there's no way I'm gonna take no for an answer. I got where I got for a reason. And so they told me that before the year started. They throw me in on the first game of the year. I had 10 steals, broke the school record, broke the conference record, broke all the records. And from that moment on, I started every game for my whole freshman year.
So you was great. You was great your freshman year. I was just started your freshman year. Did you win any accolades in college?
They all the coaches tell me I got cheated out of defensive, at least all defensive team, maybe even defensive player of the year, but I didn't get none of that my freshman year. But it
How
was
was your stats though? How much you average your freshman year?
man, I think probably 6, 3, and 3. But for a freshman,
Yeah, you were like you was on your freshman, so you had time to develop. You had time to work on your game
and
and polish your game and stuff like that.
it wasn't even that. It was I knew how to play a role. Like like when they told me I wasn't going to play, I asked you, okay, so what do I have to do to play? They said you better play defense, and you better be energy, you better be talking, you better be a leader. And I said, okay, I'll do all that. I don't care about like in prep school, I averaged like 18. High school, I averaged like 18. But
You was wild. I say you was wild in prep
yeah,
school. You was
that's
getting
what I'm
bag in
saying.
prep school.
Yeah, so if I get to college and I'm not averaging 18, so what else can I do to be on the court? So maybe I can average 18 eventually. As a freshman, how many freshmen you know averaging 18 off of it besides the top dudes?
Let you a top, let you top in class. Right.
Yeah, like you're not doing that. So a lot of freshmen, if you're not scoring, what else are you doing on the court? And so that's what I learned. I had to learn how to just get on the court. That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to play. So I can sacrifice whatever, all the other stuff to play.
So that's getting to your second college. So your second college at LIU, right? Your second.
Yeah. So my second year of college, man, I had shoulder surgery the summer before. So it was a bit of a down year. I wasn't starting anymore, but I went up in all my stats. So I probably averaged like 7, 4, and 4 instead of 6, 3, and 3. But I had surgery to start the year, and that was one of the worst surgeries I ever had. I was like 30 pounds overweight. Um, it was just a tough journey. That was like a real mental taxing time. But that summer,
Yeah.
we had a really good year. That we upset UVA at home, University of Virginia. They stormed the court and everything. Like it was a really good summer. I was in a good place. But then I only played like 12 games before I had another surgery on my hip to end the year for me. So I didn't really play. I didn't really play a full year. I probably played 12 games that year, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this yeah, this was your sophomore year at LIU.
Yeah, it's gonna be my second year at LIU.
So this was you a junior or sophomore?
Nah, so I did 3 at JMU, and then this is gonna be my second year here. So I'm a fifth year.
So is this your last year, or you got like how many years of eligibility you
Last
got?
year, it's the last ride, baby. Last ride.
That's a fact. So what's next for you in basketball? Like what's next for you after college? What you trying to pursue? Like you trying to go? I want to be a pro. Want to go overseas? So what's next for you after you're done with college?
And I'm trying to play
Like
pro.
what's the ultimate goal after college, bro?
Yeah, I'm trying to play pro. Like my brother right now, he's going to go play with pro overseas this upcoming year, and that's kind of big motivation for me.
I mean,
And
like not even that, like even if we get an NBA summer league contract, I mean, even if we get an NBA contract, but like you said, like I said, very political, but you never know. It's anything is possible in this life. Anything is possible. Anything.
that's facts. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm trying to go where I'm wanted. Like I even said with college and my recruitment, I said before, like, man, I'm not worried about none of that. It's going to come. Whatever's going to come for me will come for me, and I'm going to make sure I do whatever I can to get it all. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm going into this year. I'm gonna do whatever I can to get it all. I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna do my part to make it whatever it has to be. So we'll see if it's overseas. Yeah,
But I wish you best of luck on that where the falls. Like if you can get an NBA contract, summer league overseas, money was overseas. I wish you the best of luck on your overseas. Also, if you're speaking in college right now, what's your major? What you taking up?
sports management. So we got the Rock Nation School over at LIU. So
That's what I'm doing right now. I'm doing sports and management too at my road college. I'm
yeah,
going to school for the same thing.
no, that's tough. It's real. It's real tough. I enjoy it a lot
That's
for sure.
tough.
Yeah.
All right, so like, we're gonna get into like a few more topics before we get off. So how you feel about Team USA now? How you see with LeBron on Team USA? How you feel about Team USA?
LeBron turning the clock back. LeBron's my favorite player. So to see him and him and AD, it's making me mad though, because him and AD are hooping right now. But they don't do that with the Lakers.
I ain't gonna lie, LeBron been doing his thing. You gotta appreciate greatness while he's still playing. You gotta appreciate greatness. We see it right in front of us. Greatness.
Yeah,
LeBron is great.
yeah, this their last ride for like how old? KD getting old, Steph getting old, Braun getting old.
LeBron 40,
That's
but
so
they getting up there now.
yeah. So this is gonna be the last time we see them all on the court together.
Yeah, yeah. How you feel about W? I feel like WNBA's in great hands with Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Asia Wilson. So how you feel about the WNBA? How you feel about that? What's going on with the WNBA right now?
I think it's exciting. They're doing what they're supposed to do. They just got the new media rights deal that just quadrupled their earnings, their present earnings. So I mean, they're in the right direction. I was just over at Barclays, the Liberty, seeing the Liberty over there. So I mean, the WNBA, Kane Clark's a Uber. Angel Reese brings
Caitlin
help.
Clark. I like Angel Reese. Angel Reese. I feel like Angel Reese should keep bringing a lot of exposure to the WNBA. Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, they bringing a lot of publicity to the WNBA.
No, for sure. They're changing the WNBA. Whether or not the rest of the players want to admit it or not, but they are changing. And even I'm gonna say this too, underrated aspect is Sabrina's shoes. Have you worn the new Sabrinas? Those are better than all
Nah, I
the
ain't
those
seen.
are better than all the men's shoes right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I'm not a KD fan right now. They dropped Kyrie. Those are the best shoes. But Sabrina
And
got
Kyrie, my favorite player.
yeah,
And Kyrie, my favorite player. Kyrie different. He
yeah,
different.
yeah. So to see that the best shoe right now in the game is the Sabrinas that's tough. That's good for the WNBA. It's good for publicity.
Yeah. How you feel about Cooper Flag? That kid is a bucket.
It's
Cooper
tough.
Flag, he's 17 years old. He was killing Team USA. You seen that? Cooper Flag was in his bag though.
He's tough. I think he's gonna be what we thought Imani Bates was gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Remember we was hyping up Imani Bates like he was. I think Cooper Flag might actually be that. Like Cooper Flag got that, and he got that dog. He talks his stuff, all that.
Yeah, so thanks for watching Strictly Basketball Podcast, episode 20. Tell people where to follow you at and everything.
Say it again. My bad.
Thanks for watching Strictly Basketball Podcast, episode 20. Follow you at.
It keeps cutting out. My bad.
Thanks for watching Basketball Podcast, episode 20. So tell people where to follow you at and everything.
Oh yeah, for sure. Follow me on Instagram at TJStrick10, Twitter TJStrick11, and I'll be at LIU Brooklyn all this year. Pop out. We're gonna get some dubs, and it's gonna be fun.
Copy. I'll be there, bro. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
All right. We locked in. All right.